Howdy, hi. It is Dear Job Sports, college football picks and predictions. Got best bets for week 6. Let's get into the video. All right, first things first, we're going to go over the previous week. Our overall record, we go 8-5. So we will talk about what we won and what we lost, and then we will get into the video. All right, so we won on Army minus 12.5 versus Temple. That was free. That wasn't even close. Next winner, Miami, the U. We had the over. What was that? 54.5 points. That went way over. I think they scored 72 points in that game. BYU plus 2.5. They win the game outright against Baylor. Indiana minus 7 versus Maryland. I think they won the game by 21. Mississippi State plus 38.5 versus Texas. This was free money. I think they lost the game by 20. Texas Tech. We had the over of 58.5 versus University of Cincinnati. They scored 86 points in this game, 84 points in this game. One of those two numbers, but it hit. Wasn't really close. Alabama plus 2.5. God damn, was this a football game? That wins versus Georgia. Then we had Illinois plus 17.5 versus Penn State. That is a winner. They lose by 14 points, so we cover. We had 5 losers. First one, Fresno State plus 100 on the money line versus UNLV. That was a miss. That was a big miss. If I had to bet it again, though, I probably would. Didn't know how UNLV would look without their starting quarterback. Turns out they looked pretty good. Their defense might be okay. Then we had Wisconsin. This one pissed me off. Wisconsin, we had plus 14.5. They went into halftime leading by 11. They lose this game by 17. Fuck you, Wisconsin. I don't like you. We had Louisville plus 6 versus Notre Dame. They end up losing by 7. Not really too mad about this one. Louisville did not play good football. I did find out their quarterback is 25 years old. Probably not the best look to be 25 and still starting quarterback in college football. That just means you're ass, and if you were actually good, you'd be starting in the NFL. But you're not because you suck. For some reason, I took the Seminoles of Florida State plus 5.5. Will not be doing that ever again. Ever. I am betting against them the next week. They are going to get destroyed by Clemson at home. I might put the house on it. Then we had Washington State plus 7 versus Boise. Another horrible idea. Should not have done either of those two bets, but I did. So overall, 8-5. Can't complain too much. Made some money. Lost some money on some bad teams, but good week. Good week indeed. Let's get into week 6 bets. First game, I'm taking Michigan plus 2 at Washington. Since switching their starting quarterback, Michigan's actually looked really good. They're 2-0, playing 2 quality teams in USC and Minnesota. Granted, both of those were at home, so they do have a big home field advantage. Their new QB, his name is Alex Orji. He is 6'3", 240 pounds. This is a big dude. He's a beast. He's a mobile quarterback when they need him. They don't really run much RPO with him, but when the dude has to go and get 3 yards, he'll get 3 yards. Ain't nobody bringing this dude to the ground. They've gone back to their identity of, we are going to run the ball down your throat and do like 8-minute drives down the field that will result in a 1st and goal from the 3, and we'll go for a touchdown. Washington, coming off a loss on the road to Rutgers. They let Rutgers rush the ball for 184 yards. Somehow they lose the game despite having 200 more total yards than Rutgers. That is an L. Washington, a few weeks ago, they were looking good. They were sitting pretty. Now they've lost 2 games, and they suck. Don't think they're going to be able to win this tight one here. I'll take Michigan with the points. They're probably going to win on the money line, but if you're giving me plus 2, I will take the plus 2. Next game, another plus 2 spread that makes no sense to me. It's Missouri at Texas A&M. I think the wrong team is favored here by a mile. Missouri has one of the best offenses and one of the best defenses in the country. A&M will not be able to move the ball against this Missouri defense, and Missouri will win the line of scrimmage on offense, thus winning the entire game. Texas A&M so far this year, they beat Florida by 13. Florida is horrible. They beat Bowling Green at home by 6. Bowling Green is a MAC school who just lost to Old Dominion at home. Bowling Green, no. And then they beat Arkansas at home by 4. Missouri is a higher quality team by leaps and bounds compared to all of those teams. A&M's going to struggle. This is the hardest team they've played so far. Don't care about the home environment. They lost the home environment, but They lost to Notre Dame week 1, right? Hold on, let me double check this. Now I got to pull out the phone. I'm like 95% Texas A&M lost to Notre Dame week 1. I should not have to check this. Hold on, they're 4-1. Checking. Yeah, they lost to Notre Dame week 1. This is a hammer spot. Missouri +2. They're coming off of a bye week as well after barely beating Boston College and Vanderbilt. So this is a get right spot. The next game for Missouri is against a nobody school, and then they go play Auburn, Alabama, and Oklahoma. You got to win here against Texas A&M. This is the start of the long leg season that SEC schools got to go through. Give me the Tigers +2, better offense, better defense. Texas A&M, go fuck yourself, buddy. Next game, Big Ten matchup, even though not really, it's a fake Big Ten matchup. University, or South California, going up against Minnesota. I'm going to take the Gophers +10. The current line is +9.5, but I'm teasing this up to +10. I'm not going to lose by 9 and just be pissed off, so I'll take the 10. I think this game is going to be just like the Michigan game for USC. Minnesota, top 10 defense in the country. USC is not going to be able to run the ball on them. Period, point blank, end of discussion. Minnesota ranked 10th overall in defense, 5th in passing yards a game at 96 yards a game through the air. That is insane. 97th in rushing a game, allowing 130. Gophers coming off against a 3-point loss, and that was at Michigan. That was better performance than they thought they'd do. Their defense stepped up in the second half, was able to stop the run. USC just played at Michigan. They also lost by 3. So both these teams similar in their results. And if you're telling me USC has to travel to Minnesota, go play the Gophers, who have one of the best defenses in the country, with a young quarterback, give me Minnesota. Give me the +10. I'm also going to sprinkle the money line. I don't like Lincoln Riley. This is his second road Big Ten spot. Lost the first game. I think he loses this game as well. Next game, we're going to continue fading Baylor. We've bet against them 2 weeks in a row, and we've won both times. So we're going to keep that train going. Give me Iowa State and the Cyclones -13 at home. An Iowa State school that is secretly, quietly ranked 18th in the country, probably about to go upwards as well. Are they actually one of the best teams in the country? Who knows? But we're going to bet them like they are. Iowa State defense ranked 25th in the nation. They've given up a total of 7 points in their last 2 games. Granted, one of them was against a nobody school, but hey ho, if you're giving up 7 points, you're doing something right. And they should be able to score the ball against Baylor. Baylor has given up 30 plus points in back-to-back games. And I'm sure you guys all remember how they lost to Colorado on the Hail Mary and then losing in overtime because Baylor just does not win football games. That is basically the definition of their program. They recruit well, and then they do nothing with it because they suck. Would also not mind a Baylor team total under. That was going to be my bet for this game, but those lines aren't out yet right now. It's just the spreads that are out. And the fact that I like to get this out early because some of these line movements are going to be insane. You'll see in the Clemson-Florida State game, currently sitting at -14, that shit is going to go vertical. Clemson's going to be -25 by the end of the week. I kid you not. So, either way, I'll take Iowa State -13. Home spot against Baylor. Baylor sucks. Their season's over. They're done. Give me Iowa State. Next game. It is the Clemson smash spot. This is the put the mortgage on it. Don't even watch the game because it is hitting. Bet this as early as possible. Clemson -14 at Florida State. Can someone explain to me how the line is not -30? It makes no sense. Florida State, not just one of the worst teams in the ACC, they're one of the worst teams in college football straight up. DJU might get benched for their freshman quarterback. FSU was 1-4. There's no reason to play DG Uiagalelei at quarterback anymore. The dude, he's done. He's a fifth-year senior. He's got no eligibility left. He's not helping your program at all. The only way you're going to be able to get your young quarterbacks to stay in your program is to play them the rest of the year, get them experience, and then hope they don't hit the portal even though your team is dog shit. So they got 2 freshman quarterbacks they can start. One is like Carson Brock or Brock, something. I don't even know their names. Does it really matter? Fuck no. They're freshman quarterback playing at home against Clemson. They are going to get shit on. And even if they continue to play DJ, Clemson hates DJ because he left for Oregon State. Clemson's going to be pissed off, and DJ's horrible. If you've watched this man play this season, Florida State does not have an offensive line. They suck. DJU can't throw a football. He sucks. Florida State's defense is ass. Their coach is an idiot. He's got no clue what he's doing. And then Clemson, ever since their week 1 loss against Georgia, Debo just must have told them something in the locker room that he's going to go fuck all their girlfriends or something if they don't start winning because they've been killing teams. They beat App State by 46, NC State by 24, and Stanford by 26. I'm not very good at math, but all of those numbers are a hell of a lot more than 14, and I think all of those schools that they beat are better than FSU. FSU is down horrendous. FSU offense ranked 232nd in the country. Their defense is ranked 179th. They just lost to SMU on the road by 26 points. Do I have to continue talking anymore? This is a hammer spot. Put the children on it. Put everything you got. Clemson 14. That's it. Next game, we got 2 teams I have not bet yet this season. It is Old Dominion heading to Coastal Carolina. I'm going to take Coastal Carolina -5. Not sure why this line is so short. Coastal Carolina coming off of a bye week after getting the doors blown off of them by Virginia at home. ODU coming off of a 3-point win at Bowling Green. So they are in a travel spot in back-to-back road games against a team who just had a bye week and who has a superior roster. Not seeing where this -5 is coming from. This should be like -14. Coastal Carolina offense ranked 78th in the country, averaging 422 yards a game, with 209 of those coming on the ground. ODU is ranked 195th, averaging 333 yards a game. Their defenses are similar, both giving up just about 400 yards, so not much separating them there. Coastal Carolina at home, good spot. The fact we get them off of a bye week against a traveling road ODU team that just picked up their first win of the season. This sounds pretty good to me. I like Coastal to win by 2 touchdowns, and that easily covers this -5 number. So give me Coastal -5. Next game, we got a Thursday night game. I don't claim to know a ton about these teams because I really haven't watched them play. But looking at the numbers, I'm going to go with the over of 57.5. I feel like overs are always fun to bet during the weekdays. You just root for games that go high scoring. It's a Thursday night. Have yourself a beer, go get some lunch or dinner or something. Enjoy it. So, Texas State offense, really solid this year. Ranked 47th in the country, averaging 456 yards a game. Going up against a Troy defense that gives up roughly 370 yards a game, which is about the same number that Texas State gives up. Texas State has hit this over number in every single game they have played so far this year. That is the main reason I took this. They have scored 61 points, 59 points, 59 points, and 79 points in their 4 games. Troy coming off a snooze fest against ULM. That game was 13-9. But considering this is a primetime game, Thursday night, this is the only time that these guys are going to get national eyes on them for the entire season. I think they're going to be hyped up. I think they're going to score some points. So give me the over of 57.5. Final game here, it is Rutgers heading into Nebraska to take on the Cornhuskers. I'm going to take Rutgers +7. I think this is not a smash spot, but this is also one of my favorite bets of the week. Rutgers continues their great season as Nebraska loses yet another home game. The Cornhuskers fans give up another promising season after their second loss. Rutgers, probably one of the best rushing teams in the country, going for 240 yards a game. They meet one of the best rush defenses in the Big Ten, being ranked 22nd in the country, only giving up 85 yards a game. So something's going to have to give here. It's either Rutgers is not going to be able to run the football, or Nebraska is going to struggle to stop the run, and Rutgers is going to run away with this football game. My angle here is that Nebraska just lost a home game 2 weeks ago. I think it was a nationally televised game as well, to Illinois, where they were only able to put up 24 points, go for 345 total yards. They got a they have a freshman at quarterback, rookie season. He's good. He's been compared to, who's the comparison? It wasn't Tom Brady. No, who's the comparison? Patrick Mahomes. Duh. It's Dylan Raiola. But I think he struggles here. He didn't play very well against Illinois in his first big home start. Rutgers has a very similar team to Illinois. They're going to want to run the ball. They have a veteran QB behind it. Their defense is solid. So if Nebraska wasn't able to get it done against Illinois, I think they're also going to struggle against Rutgers. So if you're giving me a similar team to Illinois, also +7 on the road, being 4-0 in the season and looking really good, I will take that all day. So give me Rutgers +7, and that's going to wrap up what I got in this video. Now, seeing as though these lines are coming out very, very early, I'm posting this video at 4:30 on Sunday. Some of these might change by the time you see the video. I will be posting another video with updated lines for other games, probably middle of the day on Tuesday. So if you want to tune in for that, I would appreciate it. If you have not already, hit that subscribe and like button, and I will catch y'all in the next video. Peace.